productive, honorable service to the people in this area. Mr. Peterson, I'm so happy that he took his time from his very, very busy schedule to come here to share with us about his wisdom words. And Mr. Peterson.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to begin by thanking Dr. Ho for inviting me here. You know, I love speaking at graduations, and I love speaking at weddings. Those are my two favorite events. And the reason is one, you usually get a good meal afterwards, and two, it's the start of something big. Now, the graduation itself, it's nice, but that's not what it's about. Just like your wedding ceremony, that's nice, but that's not really what it's about. What it's about is you're starting off on a journey. You're starting off on a success that will hopefully continue your whole life. Now, before I spoke, before the graduation, I had a chance. I was watching a soccer game out in the hall with a young man from the Ivory Coast. We were watching a soccer game on an old computer. And it occurs to me, whenever I meet people from UMVA or around Northern Virginia, the wonderful life stories that we have of the people that come to Virginia, come to Northern Virginia, and have come to this school to educate themselves and make themselves a better person. And my life story is actually kind of boring. I grew up in Fairfax City. I went to Fairfax High School. I went to college. I served in the Marine Corps briefly, and I was a teacher for a while. And then I went to law school. When I got out, I became a lawyer, and I decided I was going to run for public office. And when I first started running, my opponent said, I look so young. They said, chap looks like he's in the school band, going door to door selling magazine subscriptions. And I kind of laughed, but you know, I said, I'm going to beat those people, and I did. And that was in 1998. That was about 12 years ago. And the bottom line was I got started, and I've been fortunate to serve in the House of Delegates and now the Virginia State Senate. But one of the things I want to talk to you about today is not politics, because honestly, politics is boring. And not academics, because honestly, I wasn't the greatest student. But like most Americans, what I care about is sports, okay? That's what I care about. And right now, of course, we're in the middle of the World Cup. Now, unfortunately, the U.S. is losing right now 1-0 to Ghana, okay? And you may see me checking the score back there, okay? I'm not being rude, but I'm being honest. But I thought, you know, how can I make a point to these graduates that are here today, young people that have finished years of education, that are getting a degree, and that are starting off. And I think the best thing I can say to them is, how does life imitate the World Cup? How does life imitate the World Cup? First, you have to deal with bad breaks. Now, I'm one of those people that when something goes wrong on the television, I scream at it. And my wife said, why do you scream at the TV? Those people can't hear you, okay? But I can hear myself, and I need oftentimes to vent my frustration. And so, I'm an American guy, okay? I love the United States. When we play ice hockey, field hockey, soccer, I'm loving the United States. And so when something goes wrong, I scream at the TV. And so when they took a goal away from the United States, not once, but twice, man, I was screaming at the TV. But in the World Cup, you can't just accept that and say, well, it's unfair. Because you know what? Life is unfair. Why is it fair that I was born to a middle-class family in Fairfax County? My parents loved me, and they were college educated. They provided for me and my sisters, and I've had a wonderful life. And other people are born into poverty and don't have those opportunities. Is that fair? No. But the point is, you deal with the bad breaks and you move forward. And fortunately, at least up till today, the United States has been able to move forward dealing with bad breaks. So how does life imitate the World Cup? Number one, you got to deal with the bad breaks. And you got to deal with adversity. Because no matter what you do in your career, and as an attorney and as a politician, I can tell you, people throw things at you like crazy. You got to learn to deal with adversity. You got to learn to take a punch. Number two, if you're going to succeed in the World Cup, you got to play as a team. And everybody out there, especially kids like me, grew up in America, you know what it's like to be part of a team. When I was in high school, I played football. I'm kind of a little guy to play football, and the worst part was I played offensive line. But you know what? I started on my high school varsity because I discovered something, and that was when I played in the game, I didn't worry about what the other guys were doing on the team. I focused on blocking my man. And if I had to hit him in the knee or kick him in the ankle or do whatever I had to do, I was going to take him out of the play because I was just one part of the team. And to succeed in business, to succeed in life, you play as a team. And when the team works together, the team wins. Just as in the World Cup, when the team works together and plays as a team, the team wins. Now, what's amazing to me is oftentimes at sporting events, you'll have people that they themselves may not have the best ability. They themselves may not be the best players in the world, but when they play as a team, the sum becomes equal to the parts. The sum becomes greater than the parts. So first, you got to deal with the bad breaks. 2, you have to play as a team. Number 3, to be successful in the World Cup, you have to prepare for every match. Now, my profession is a trial attorney. Every time I walk into the courtroom, I'm prepared. Every time I open my mouth to speak, I've thought 10 times about what I'm going to say. Every time I ask a witness a question, I've written that question out, I've thought about it, I've practiced it, I've thought about it. The point is, in this country, you need to make your experience the defining American experience. And you need to have confidence in yourself. So the 4 points about how life is like the World Cup. You deal with the bad breaks, you play as a team, you prepare for every match, and you believe in yourself. Now I want to get to the 5th point. This may be the most painful point for me because I love to win, but you know what? It doesn't always happen, okay? It may not happen in the United States today. And the bottom line is, in the World Cup, you're going to have 32 teams, and 31 will go home a loser. That's just the way it is. But the bottom line is in this world, in this life, when you compete, you win. When you compete, you win. And when you walk off the athletic field and you turn back and say, I left everything on that field today. I gave everything I have for my country, for my community, for my teammates, then you won. Now, not everyone can say that. But when you look back and say that you competed, you won. So, ladies and gentlemen, family, graduates, I don't have a lot to tell you. You probably say, why is this short guy up here with a bow tie talking to us? But I'm honored to talk to you. I'm honored to be your state senator. We live in a great democracy in the United States. And again, whenever you need to, look to the World Cup for your inspiration. God bless you. God bless the United States. Congratulations.
Thank you, Senator.